Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thanks for still make it to the last day's morning session. You guys are really passionate about learning AI, crypto, and finance. I'm very happy to be here, and I just realized my outfit fits my the color scheme of my presentation. So I'm very coordinated today. So I want to talk about what does AI versus fintech mean. Fintech has been one of the biggest innovation in the past 15 years. Do you guys know you're familiar with the term, right? Since the last 15 years, how much progress have we made in terms of the percentage of fintech as a total percentage of finance? Do you guys think it's 5%? Less than 5%? What do you think the percentage is? Maybe 2. That's a very good estimation. Can you believe after all the work we've done the past 15, 20 years, we're less than 1% of the total financial markets? I don't think this number includes some of the crypto revenues. I think if we can include the crypto exchanges revenue and some of the on-chain revenue, or maybe Bitcoin, I think we're actually a bit more. We probably make it a 1.5% crypto plus fintech. So we have a huge way to go, long way to go. In fact, you're not late at all. We're all really early in trying to bring real technology to finance. Yeah, so right now, the moment we really are in is the financial system is incredibly complex, and it's beyond most of our comprehension or capability to even understand how a financial market works. But who is the best at handling complexity that they created? I think it's AI themselves. So look at the 2010s first wave fintech companies. They have done a lot to improve both reducing cost, improving performance, and also improving user experience in how we interact with finance. But AI native finance will look very different, from workflow to intent-based. I really think finance is AI's perfect target. There's a lot of structured data, of course, in finance that machine learning is approaching, is already working on. Most of financial execution are done by algos, as you probably already know. But there's a lot of unstructured data that is really complex for human to understand. And there are mountains of the data, not only social, economic data, but also a lot of regulatory. New laws and new regulations is really making startups even harder to enter the financial markets. So I think actually regulation is a moat for AI instead of what we think. Today, people think crypto is on the other side of regulation, but I actually think crypto is better built for regulation. Crypto and plus AI, of course. So the AI first operating model, I think we all know now, we don't really trust AI fully. Probably now, I would think 50-50, right? Algos do some of the work for us, and we do the approval process, right? We still need to monitor what AI does for us. But in the future, I think AI core will be 90% of the work, and human will only help to manage and monitor, and probably set in the guardrails instead of being in the center of it. I think biggest revolution for me is really the interface. Because most of the interface we do today, whether it's crypto, whether it's Robinhood, is still very much, we have to still learn how the interface works, and we need to adapt to the interface. I think the next stage will be AI learn how we interact, how they need to build something customized to us. So maybe for me, I still prefer using a mobile phone, using a browser, but maybe the next generation only wants voice. So I think AI native interface is actually built, customized for each one of us. I have actually my kids in the audience, and I do believe when they start to manage their money, it will look very different than what we do today. I really do want to talk about regulation. I think regulation is actually a competitive advantage for AI-first companies. Like I mentioned earlier, regulation is extremely expensive. I came from traditional finance. I used to work at Goldman. When we first started, compliance is really a small part of the bank. And in the end, it really runs the bank. Everything has to go through compliance. Many deals are blocked or delayed by compliance because it's an ever more complex society, and it's difficult to understand if we're compliant or not. But who else is better at cracking compliance? It's really the code. The automated, consistent, and extremely scalable. So I think crypto's competitive advantage is actually smart contract and be compliant, because reinforcement is built in the code. Yes, this is just a quick chart of where I think AI natives will be. They'll be very fast, but smaller amount. I really like to talk about Robinhood. It's one of the companies I really admire, who has been at the cutting edge of innovation. Well, I think everybody here has heard what Robinhood has announced. They have not only adopted crypto, but adopted blockchain and building their own L2 and owning the full stack of not only from users, distributions, block space, and of course, they'll be using AI in driving their products and performances. So just this year, they also announced a fully 100% AI managed asset management product. So if Robinhood is already experimenting with the strategies, I think most of fintech companies in the next few years will start to adopt AI first and AI only investment strategy. Has anybody used Robinhood? Have you guys tried the AI native fund yet? Yeah, I think I'm gonna start to put in a little bit of money in and see how it goes. I think before we know it, I think they're gonna start to manage a lot more of our money. So I picked 3 companies I want to tell you about. I'll come back to a bit more features that I think are important. And I will cover one of the companies more extensively because we are building super fund in-house. We're trying to use AI and crypto to disrupt our own business. So Superfund is an AI-powered prediction market and a fund matching platform. We want to automate the 500 billion venture capital industry. Payman is one of our portfolio companies. They believe human will be working for AI, so they're focusing on building a payment rail for AI to pay human. Skyfi is not our portfolio, but there are many companies we have seen in the past year are building AI to AI payment. You probably have seen or maybe building one of these. Another thing that I want to come back to AI is that the number one question is like, do we really trust our wallet? I think this only talks about fraud because fraud is probably the number one problem that tech companies have been using in the past probably decade to protect our money. I think the next hardest thing is, do we trust AI with managing our money on the strategy side? But I do think, at least for now, this is very well used. AI is very well penetrated in the security or the protection or the fraud industry. So I think the next thing we see is, so we definitely know that AI can protect your money. Next thing is whether they can make money for you. I think we're still probably just here, act with oversight. I don't think we're at full autonomy. Just quick question, when do you think we'll achieve full autonomy? What do you guys think? 10 years? Sorry? 20 years. What do you guys think? I think it'll be much sooner than 20 years. I think maybe 5 to 10 years, we will probably get to full autonomy. I think these are just very small, like incrementals that we probably want to work on in the next few years. I actually have some other ideas I will show you guys at the end of the talk that goes beyond what I believe is AI-assisted economy to AI-native economy. So if you are a big company, or if you are a small company trying to build, a lot of people ask me this question, like, what is really a moat for the fintech companies now? Because we believe like data is the moat, because the more data we have, the existing users we have, which means the existing companies win, which means like it's harder for the smaller companies to come and build in this space. I do think proprietary data network is very important in terms of driving insights, right? Because if your customer, your bank has your data, naturally you would think they have a better understanding of what you prefer, what you like. I also do think, I actually have one of the we have one portfolio companies building AI native kind of trading strategies, and they actually told me they don't even think proprietary data has any moat because they use synthetic data to create a lot more scenarios. So I think it's both true and false that data is a moat, because I think for especially like certain use cases like trading, synthetic data will become even a bigger force to help improve the algo. But I do think compliance as a code is a moat. Network effects, of course. Specialized AI models, I think this is going to be, for me, one of the biggest moat, and also why we're also building the model for ourselves right now, even though we know AI is not perfect. Because we think the more, so we're training our own, or improving our own models for our VC, for Super Fund, because I think now is the right time to start building your model. So we are actually Spartan, even though we're a fund, but we're also a founder ourselves. We're also an incumbent. We've been quite successful in this past 7 years investing and advising projects. But we know now, we have 3 co-founders. We all are very concerned about our own business model being disrupted by AI. So we have already started building. So let me show you very quickly. So the first thing we thought as an investor, what can we do to scale our business? So this was why we built a Super Fund. We believe with the power of AI as the best coding companion, we can build a lot more products and a lot more people can become founders. So this product is vibe coded by my head of design over 2 weeks. And he used it to build a prototype. And since he built it, he's able to sign 10 partners. So now we have invested additional capital to hire people to build this out. But this is actually the first version after 2 weeks of vibe coding. He's never coded before. Does it, I can't seem to click the, maybe I'll see if I can show you guys a screenshot. 1 sec. Let me see, 1 sec, sorry about that. Now you guys are looking at my working doc. Oh, but it's then it's not the. Well, maybe I go through this one. Then it's done. It's not the video, but it's I want to show you the. I don't have the product. That's actually much better to see the product itself. But it's actually a marketplace for. I don't know why it doesn't work. I'll just talk about it. It's like a LinkedIn for companies to apply for hackathons and grants. So you can upload everything that you have about your company, your deck, your website, your LinkedIn, just connected. And on the other side, we have hundreds and thousands of grants that have special application process, forms, requirements. And with one click, you can apply to like hundreds and thousands of grants. It's just like what LinkedIn does for people applying for jobs and companies selecting candidates. We believe like the number of entrepreneurs and founders will at least 10x thanks to the the Claude and the Gemini's coding Copilot products. So we want to build a product ready for helping these vibe coders or the next generations of founders to become better entrepreneurs. And the next thing we're going to build is a prediction market, because I think one of the hardest thing to predict is long tail assets, and especially valuation and progress of early stage companies, because they are not, there are no metrics, no clear metrics that are consistent and measurable. But we are deploying swarms of agents to do this analysis, because for a human to do this analysis, the cost is extremely high. But for agents to do this analysis and bet against each other to find the optimized answer, sometimes takes $2, $3. So we are rethinking about early stage VC from AI first principle, and we are using token and AI agent to help us become better early stage investors. Unfortunately, I cannot show you the video, but I have to say this is vibe coded by my head of design, who's never been an engineer, and I think if he can do it, and many of us can as well, and he's really an inspiration for us to build this product out and serve all the founders out there, because I think every one of us will be building products in the future. Thank you very much, and we do have a website, superfund.xyz, so please do follow us, and if you are looking to apply for grants and even VC capital, please check it out. We might be able to help you. Thank you so much. Do we have time for question? Yes, maybe one? Anyone?
Sorry. Because right now, for example, you can get some virtual card in Robinhood or Revolut, but if we speak about normal bank, ordinary bank, we still don't work in weekend, for example. You can get any feedback from their support. They don't use some AI bots, etc. And the problem will be not the technology, mostly about the people. What do you think about this?
People, sorry, I couldn't.
Yeah, let me explain. I mean, like, right now we have a lot of technologies from the fintech, which Robinhood or Revolut has. But in the same time, if we speak about some big banks in Europe, Asia, I think Asia maybe we can exclude it. I know Europe and US, we still use some old technology. They don't work in some weekends, despite of but we have ability to use this technology right now.
Yeah. I do. It's actually a good question. I think the biggest change will be Gen Z taking over. I think it's actually the older people will pass away, and the money will be handed over to their children, who are very used to modern technology and feel very comfortable with using tech. So I think that just come naturally as the old people die and new people start managing money. And fortunately, I don't have a better answer for this. I don't think it's easy to change, our parents or grandparents. I don't think I think it's too hard. So I think just wait until money get passed down.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, I have questions. I think there are many AI coding tools that allows you to build from scratch. But if for a company you already have thousands lines of code, it's actually not that easy. Like either you have to have everything on the tool. In this case, you really need to make confidence to the tool. So my question is, I think there are tools allowing you to build from scratch, but basically only from scratch. If you have already a base, for the moment, I don't find much tools. So, but it's not real world. It's not the real world that we always build from scratch.
Right. Yeah, I'm not a developer, so I don't know how to actually answer your question better. I have seen. I mean, if you see news, I know Salesforce said 30% of the code is built by AI already. And Amazon said probably 30 to 40% of the code is already built by AI. So you need to, as a founder, you need to find where the angle is, right? For me, when we vibe coded it, yes, we we actually started building this in January, so the tools are already like 2x better. We did have to refactor the code with real like human engineers, but they manage and use AI to help them build much faster. So I think it depends. It really depends on you probably should know, you know, who your CTO is, how he uses AI. Like I think good CTOs know how to use AI. So and unfortunately I'm not, but I know they all manage to find a way. Any other? Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, when doing the specified AI model training, so how do you solve the false positive and false negative data problem?
First, I mean, we collect a lot of data ourselves. I think that's the moat that we are building ourselves, right? We have a product that is working, and we can get to our customers faster, and we will get the data quicker. We are already, so actually yesterday, we are the official partner for the hackathon or the shoulder build case at Ethereum here. So I was a judge, and before we started the session, we have produced a very extensive research on each of the presenters to give it to the judge to assist their assessment, right, of the projects. And then as a user myself, sitting there and using my own product to help me judge all the presenters, I can see like, oh, this is maybe not very useful. The questions are very good, but the format is not good, right? So I'm already giving my team feedback how I can exactly improve this product in this use case. So that's very much that. It's like, get your product into the hands of your clients as soon as possible, and AI build so fast, and just focus on small problems and start collecting data and improve your workflow and improve your data. There's no other way. Yeah, get them to use it.